Right, welcome to the last exercise of Lecture 4. In this exercise, we carry on working with the entity class called student, and we show you other ways of using methods of objects. So we have the same form as we had in exercise 2. What we added, and I've already done that, is to add a group box with three radio buttons called student 1, student 2 and student 3. What I want to happen is when we click on a radio button, it must give us a message that the student, that specific student has passed or failed. Now recall that we created a method called has passed, which returns a Boolean value true if the average mark is greater than 50 or false if not. And that is the method we're going to use. I've already created radio button click event handlers. Let me just remind you how you do that. Once you click on the radio button, you go to the events, you click on that lightning sign, then you go to the click event and you double click on it, and that will open then the click event handler. Okay, now the code for each of those will be exactly the same, and it's something like this. So you're going to say if my student 1, the method that we're going to call is has passed. Oh, but look what happens now. It gives us this red squiggles, which means there's some kind of error. Now, if we read this, it says the name my student 1 does not exist in the current context. And the reason is currently the my student 1, 2, and 3 are all defined, or the methods or the objects are declared within the button click event handler. So it's not accessible to any other event handler. That's why we must rather declare it outside the click event handler. So we can still instantiate it inside, but we declare it outside. All right. Let's see now. Oh, now it's gone. The red squiggles are gone. So if the student has passed, in other words, if the value, Boolean value of true is returned, then I want the following message to show. It must show me that my student 1, the name of that student, but if the value returned is false, then I want this message to show. My student 1 name plus has failed. Okay, the code for the other two click event handlers will be exactly the same, but instead of my student 1, you will have my student 2. So I'm going to cut and paste in here and in there. But this will be student 2, student 2, student 2, and this will be student 3. Alright, let's have a look at how it works. Okay, I create the students, the names are displayed as we've programmed it. Now I want to check whether student 1 passed or failed. It says John Smith has failed. What about student 2? She has passed. Student 3 has passed. Let's just have a look again at why that is the case. Now have a look at the way in which we instantiated my student 1. The mark is 34.5, which is below 50. 50 is greater than 50, and 65 is actually greater than 50.